Okay, today's load is a AstroTurf trailer, picking up down here and heading up to Washington State, picking up down here in California. See if I can't remember the name of the town I'm in. Hate that. Tulare. So it's picking up from Tulare High School and it's going to another high school up in Oak Harbor. What it is that it's just a dry van trailer, but they use it to haul around the stuff to put the AstroTurf down on football fields. So that's what we're doing today. I know dry vans aren't super exciting, but they're the bread and potatoes of my business, or meat and potatoes of my business. It gets the bills paid, and I'll get videos and pictures of picking that up, and apparently they want me to take this trailer from this site to another site, which I have asked for more money for because it wasn't part of the original rate contract. And I will get it picked up and get it brought to their second location to load, and they said it might take a couple hours there, which is really boring and sucks, because then I have to start my clock and burn up hours on my clock just to sit and wait. Anyway, get back when I get more pictures. Okay, so here's more in depth the trailer I picked up. It's an old US Express trailer. You can see the old writing on the side, their old trailer number. Now it's TT17. But you can see the damages on the side, the cracks and the scuffs. I documented all that. I checked all the dunnage bunks, made sure they were locked. But what I did, I come down here to the Loves right after I picked it up, and I replaced these two lights here, or took these two lights off. Now these two lights were located here on each side, but they aren't wired, so they weren't lit, which makes them illegal. DOT says every light you have must be lit, or must be able to light, must light. Every light you have must light. So that those, I removed them because they weren't wired, and it was cheaper just to remove them than pay somebody to fix them. And I just don't have the tools because that thing is riveted on there, and I didn't feel like dealing with all the BS to fix that. But so anyway, you can see that side has a light, and if you come around this side, now this side has a light. It didn't before, but you can see also I removed that one down there because, again, it wasn't wired. Well, legally you have to have a light there, you have to have a light mid-drift, and you have to have a light on the top of the front of the trailer on this generation of trailer. Older trailers were not required to have a turn signal in the middle, but were required to have a light. And newer trailers tend to have one on the bottom and one back here at the top as well. This trailer doesn't have it. It is an older trailer though, so it is totally acceptable. It does have 3 center lights up there, which don't necessarily have to be up there. They can be up there or down in the middle, but you do have to have the 3, they're called ICC lights. But if you ever wonder why CP Miller Steve and like Robert always work on their own stuff and spend a bunch of money, so that bulb right there, wired in, cost me $94. In this particular case, I don't care about spending that kind of money because my customer who shipped this trailer is going to directly incur that cost. I would have done it myself had I had a drill, but by the time I go buy a drill and go buy a drill bit and then go buy the light I'm in at 90 something dollars, and I don't want to carry all that stuff around with me in the truck all the time. I do have an angle grinder in the truck. I got all kinds of stuff. Maybe at some point I'll get a drill in the truck, but I don't have extra toolboxes under the side of my truck. I only have the 2 small ones under the bunk, which I don't know if you've seen. They're pretty small. I would like to get a side box here because I do have a lot of extra space on this side of my truck. But you can see the extension cord. I got load locks in here, and yeah, it's a mess. There's my angle grinder. I'll throw those lights in there for now. Let's see, that's why I don't want to carry any more in my truck until I have a toolbox to put the stuff in. But yeah, $94 for that one light. That's why you see these guys working on their trucks all the time. And if it were a light on my truck, like one of these, I would definitely have done it myself. And then if you are laughing at or think it's funny that I towed the trailer all the way down here with no brakes, but am not willing to go 10 miles with one without lights, that's because of the human condition. See, people are lazy by general and don't want to get up or definitely don't want to crawl under that trailer. I've been driving for 12 years. I've been inspected a half a dozen times, but every inspection I've ever had, the guy walked around the outside, looked at the lights, looked at the tires, and went, you're good to go. The only time they ever bother you about your brakes is if you can visually see by looking at them that something's wrong with them. Well, that old style that I had on that last trailer, you couldn't tell unless you knew what those old trailers looked like because it was a goofy system. This particular trailer does have brakes, but my point, these lights, you can see them from being lazy, sitting in your car or sitting behind a desk. And if you can see from 50 feet away that the trailer's not legal, then once you made the guy get off his ass, he might actually climb under there and check all your brakes and stuff. Like with that other trailer where I did get all the lights running, but didn't worry about the brakes. So keeping up appearances is important. Like if I had a big gash down the side of this trailer, something that made it look bad, I can dang sure tell you I would have every other part of the trailer 100% DOT legal. And that's because they will stop you and they will check. And technically there's nothing illegal about having a big gash down the side of the trailer, as long as you're not like, you don't have like a load in there that's going to fall out or you're not secured. Because the frame is that bottom rail and then that top rail. That's the 2 most important parts about the side. These corners are also important, but unless you have major damage on them, nobody's ever going to bother you. But anyway, that's my rant about that. It's not really a whole lot more exciting to post about this trailer. I will say I was supposed to show up at 7 o'clock in the morning. What's up? Like this, 7 o'clock in the morning to pick this up. And so I called to confirm, because you always call and confirm. And they told me they wouldn't be able to load me for a couple of hours. So the guy the couple hours ends up turning into noon. The guy loads me, or he didn't load me, he loaded the trailer, and then he calls me to come pick up the trailer. And then he's like, by the way, we need you to hang out for another few hours while we finish up another job site, and then we're gonna have you drive over there. I said, okay, well, as long as you're gonna pay for that, because I don't work for free. And he said, of course. So basically, since 7 o'clock this morning, they're paying me $50 an hour. Plus, they're paying me $100 on top of that for the additional stop. And they will continue paying me $50 an hour till they release me. $50 an hour is standard detention pay. And also, they'll pay the $94 for the repair. Let's see. If you don't believe it was $94, let me see. If I can get this without changing it. Turn around. My camera does have issues. I know we'll get a new one here. $94 is what it costs to fix this. And yeah, you can see there, it marker lights, brass fittings, repair lights. So the parts only cost 20 something dollars, but repair the labor costs $64, and then $3 of shop supplies or whatever. But yeah, you can see getting your stuff at a local shop or a Love's or a truck stop is highway robbery. And that's why us truck drivers end up fixing all our own stuff. That's why I like C.P. Miller's Steve. You see him climbing all over that damn thing, because there's no way he's going to pay $100 an hour to have someone do something he perfectly knows how to do. And unless, like in this case, because the trailer isn't owned by me, the expense is directly passed down, I'll do them a favor and change lights and stuff like that every once in a while. But when there's plainly, like on this trailer, there wasn't even a bracket. There wasn't even holes where one used to be. You know, I don't have the equipment to fix it. So, when you do start fixing stuff like this and drilling holes yourself and getting a receipt yourself, then the customer will start giving you flack and wanting to know, well, why is it costing this much, or how is it so expensive? Whereas if I have a receipt from, say, Love's fixing this this part, I can just go, oh look, this is what I paid. You don't like what I paid for it, well, call Love's and complain about their labor rate. That's not me. So it's just a whole lot easier in a lot of these cases where it's more than just changing a bulb. Changing a bulb, I'll just do it myself because there's never a wait, and the 20 minutes of my time, sometimes even if I don't get paid for it, it's just a wash. You may as well take your you know, in this particular case, what am I getting paid on this one? I think I'm getting paid $3,500 or something like that on this one. But take your money for moving it and just get on down the road, because you spend all day fighting over the 20 minutes of labor. A lot of times you won't get paid at the end anyway, so it's just not worth your time. But anyway, like I said, if you have an invoice from another customer that says you repaired their trailer, it's a lot easier to fight for. On that note, I will get back with you after I get loaded, and if there's more drama on that, I will let you know. Otherwise, it's just a straightforward get over there. They're going to load some stuff and get on up to Oak Harbor, Washington. What town am I in? I was going to tell you. I think I told you earlier. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I did. I can't remember. Tulare, California is where I am right now at the Love's Tire Center. So, anyway, I'll get back at you.
They have us run around these two-wheel drive gas F-250s, and you put anything on it, and it's just squatted so fucking hard. And I told him, I was like, well, that truck isn't going to do it, mine will. He's like, if you want to pay for it, I'll use it.
Yeah. I just record this for the day that they do fall off. I probably won't, but
I haven't seen it yet, but I know I'm gonna at some point.
Yeah. I dash cam some weird shit in the truck stops all the time.
Oh yeah?
Uh-huh. Okay, no pressure. My wife was saying we should have you guys come by our house and just do our yard. We don't have to mow anymore. Couldn't be too much more than getting a whole yard sodded, could it? What's it cost to do a turf?
I don't know. It's expensive. We're actually the contractor
You're the what?
The running track division.
Oh, okay.
I've been on a turf job, but just helping out.
So 5 p.m. and we're finally loaded, headed up to Washington. I'll be up there by Monday. Apparently these guys that just loaded my trailer at the second stop, I got some footage of that. I didn't film the whole thing. It just seems kind of awkward to sit there and point a camera in somebody's face. They didn't sign up to be on my show, you know. So I got a little bit of footage of what they did and what they were doing so you guys get an idea. And other than that, I will see you next time I check in. It's funny. I just thought it was funny, so I thought I'd share. This train pulled up. A couple of guys hopped out of the train, ran over there into the gas station, went and got some sodas, and then ran back out to the train. I mean, I do that in my car and my semi all the time. I don't know why I think this is so odd or fascinating, but who knew? Pull up to the gas station to get some snacks in your train locomotive. Guess that's the thing. They went over there, ran in. I thought my truck had a lot of BS lights. Look at all those lights. That is insane. You know, by law, every single one of those lights has to be lit. If one's burnt out, he can get a ticket. That's just insane. That's funny, and not only did he wire all those lights up there, there's no connectors. They're all just electrical taped together. Okay, so I've delivered the AstroTurf trailer. I really didn't want to take any video at the delivery site because there were children running around, and you know, I wouldn't feel comfortable with somebody recording my children, so I just left my camera in my pocket. It wasn't anything exciting. I just pulled into the school, backed up, and parked the trailer and left. It's pretty uneventful. Anyhow, that'll do it for this one. Thanks for watching.